All right, guys, so I'm going to literally be outlining the 7 diet mistakes that are stopping you from actually achieving the muscle gains that you want. So, I've been helping people over the last year to coach them and to help them with their diets, and I've got some remarkable, results, and a lot of people can testify that they have actually seen results. So, 7 of these things will actually be stopping you. So, let's just get straight into it. Firstly, you're not eating enough calories, and this is so important. And I can't stop and emphasize enough how important this is, that you need to make sure that you are eating the amount of calories that you need to eat every single day, because if you're not eating enough calories, then you're actually going to lose calories and then you will lose muscle. So if you want to lose muscle, then stop eating enough calories. I think it's so important that a lot of people actually underestimate how much they should be eating. And pretty much in simple terms, if you are burning 3,000 calories every single day, then you want to make sure that you are in a calorie surplus, which just means that you are eating more calories than you're burning every single day. So if you sleep and you burn, let's say, 800 calories, and throughout the day, let's say your active energy, you're burning, let's say, 1,000 calories, and then maybe as you're just chilling, you're just sitting around, you're burning calories. Let's just say you burn like 500 calories. That would be essentially you just burn 2.3 like 2,300 calories. And what you want to aim for is to eat 2,500 calories, so you're in a calorie surplus of 2,500. That means that, like, that's a lot of information to take in, but basically all you want to just make sure you're doing is you're eating more calories than you're burning. Don't overdo it, because you don't want to like overeat and then you're actually like making your situation worse, where now in the future, if you keep doing that, you're just going to become fat. And you just want to make sure that you are, following a calorie surplus. That's as simple as it is. Don't overcomplicate it, because then you will just like be mind fucked, and you don't want to be mind fucked. You actually want to be in a situation where it's just easy to digest and it's simple. Number two, you are actually struggling to get enough protein, and this is a common problem that a lot of people face. Even I faced this, where I didn't realize that I actually needed to eat more protein, and that protein was actually the thing I needed to build muscle. And especially in the early stages, especially the people I coached, this was their biggest issue, because they were eating a lot of carbs and they weren't actually eating a lot of proteins. So they thought, oh yeah, if I'm eating carbs, I can just turn the carbs into muscle just by going to the gym. And they were absolutely wrong about this. And you're probably, going through the same thing, where you're eating a lot of carbs thinking that these carbs will just turn into muscle. No, you need protein, guys, if you want to build muscle. And an easy way to just identify how much protein you need to eat every single day: 1 gram of protein for every pound of body weight that you weigh. So if you weigh 160 pounds, you need 160 grams of protein. It's as simple as that. And an easy way to know how much 160 grams of protein is just literally a whole chicken. So try to eat a whole chicken every single day if you weigh 160 pounds. Moving on to number three, which is you're actually eating the wrong foods. So I think this is very important. A lot of people that I've coached, they experience this, where they don't eat the right things. They tell me, "Oh, Paul, I'm eating cake, and like I had cake last night, and but it's okay, right? Like cheat day, right?" And this is actually what's stopping them from achieving the muscle gain that they want to get. This is so important. You need to stop eating the wrong things. I'm not saying you never need to eat the right things again, but hit your target. You want to get those muscle gains. You want to look good. You want to get there. And the faster you eliminate these things that you need to stop eating, the faster you will achieve these results. So just remember that choosing low quality, high processed foods will actually not support your muscle growth. Also, lacking and reducing the amount of nutrient dense and also like whole foods that are like just pretty much single item foods, so like potatoes, chicken, etc., etc., just one thing. And also making sure that it's like from the earth as well. These things will actually improve your situation with your muscle gains, as opposed to eating things that have like other things inside of them, or like man-made, like flour-based pastry stuff that like it's just like it's not man-made, it's not from the earth. So you're going to see less gains. Fried foods, processed junk food, sweet sugars, like sweet chocolates, and all these other things, they're like mixed with so many other things to make it form into this thing. These things are not going to help with your muscle gain growth. So just always remember that. Try to stick to whole foods, foods that you will literally go to your market and you'll see like a butcher, or exactly, you'll see a butcher selling the one thing, like a whole chicken, or like a potato, like a bashed potato, onions, like broccoli, carrots. Just all these whole foods are like going to help your gains. And obviously, like same thing, you want to focus on like 1 gram of fat every pound of body weight. You want to aim for 1 gram of protein every pound of body weight. And then that way you actually start seeing it as you're hitting, and also hitting the calories. As you start to pair all these mistakes that you're making, you start identifying what you're doing to stop you, then you'll start hitting your muscle gain results. It's as simple as that. The reason you're not seeing results is because you're not following the right things, the right, pathway. I'm literally giving you the blueprint. So I will definitely be doing one-on-one coaching with people that want to hit their fitness goals faster. And if you want to book a call, or a one-on-one meeting with me, definitely just literally go on the first link in the description. So just try to stick to eating the right foods, and maybe just have a cheat day every 2 weeks on like the weekend, where you just indulge in things that you want. Therefore, you're kind of like following the 80-20 rule of just eating healthy foods throughout the week, and then one day of the week, or like one day every 2 weeks, you can just indulge in the things that you've been craving. So number 4, poor meal timing, and also meal nutrient distribution. So you want to definitely be timing your meals. Try to eat the same meals every single day. This way you will build consistency and also discipline yourself. And also, by having this meal timing, your body just allows it to process all this food easily. And also, if you're eating the same foods, your body just knows what to identify as nutrients. It knows what to break down. It makes it easier for your body. So you don't want to be in a situation where like your body is just like, oh, he's put a potato in today. Oh, today he's put rice in. Oh, today he's put in something else. And now we have to like break it down, and it's just going to take longer. It's going to affect your muscle gain growth. So just stick to the same meals and stick to eating them at the same time where possible. I would just say definitely just try to stick to eating the same meals every single day. Hit your protein limit, hit your fats limit. Stick to some healthy carbs pre-workout and post-workout. And genuinely, guys, if you just do those 3 things, you will see gains. It's not as hard as you think it is. Definitely, it's so important to know that if you go long periods of breaks where you don't eat or you skip meals, this will actually affect your muscle growth. And that's why it's very important to stick to the same meals every single day, so your body knows, oh, I'm about to get food like at this time, like because yesterday and the day before and the day before that, he ate at this time, so we know that we're going to get the food, and then it will just be ready. As soon as you put the food in your stomach, it can just break down those foods. It knows what foods you're already going to put in. You just make your life so much easier. Also, it's cheaper to like bulk buy the same things as opposed to like buying different things. Sometimes they're going to perish and you don't eat them, and now you just wasted money and time and the food. So it's just like, think about the people in Africa that are suffering. I'm not going to be that type of guy. So moving on to number 5, you're actually struggling with consistency. Consistency is the most important part of building muscle, and if you are not being consistent with your muscle building journey, then you are actually affecting your muscle gains. So definitely stick to a structured meal plan. Like I said, definitely keep the meals the same. I usually eat chicken, potatoes, broccoli for lunch. For breakfast, eggs and avocados, and for dinner, pretty much just my lunch again. And it's just so simple for me to just stick to those same meals. Usually for lunch, for dinner, I would have like, either lean beef or some form of lamb. I really like lamb shish. And then I just eat it with like rice and peas. I have my like filling carbs in the evening, and then just like a light carb in the afternoon, and then in the morning I barely have any carbs. So definitely you can have like a similar structure if you like, but I would highly recommend you to just, your diet should just consist of healthy carbs, healthy fats, and also, healthy proteins. Very important. And also eating these every single day, the same type of meals every single day, and then also having that meal plan and sticking to the consistency, so that then you will have like the discipline. Once you have the discipline, everything becomes easy because your subconscious mind already knows kind of what to do already. So you save time, you save money, and it's just so much easier for you. So number 6, digestive issues and food sensitivity. So a lot of people struggle with, their digestion, and there's a lot of foods that cause them to feel like sensitive. And the reason for this is because you are actually eating foods that are, not good for you once again. And if you kind of pair all these mistakes together and you just realize certain trends, but definitely if you're someone that struggles with bloating, or you gas a lot, or maybe you feel discomfortable after eating high protein meals, then I would suggest to you to maybe avoid eating a lot of dairy products, maybe gluten products. There are other foods as well, but mainly a lot of dairy products cause gassing and digestion issues for a lot of people. So maybe cut down on like the cheese, cut down on the butter, and just, eat a lot more healthier things. Maybe reduce the oils. I definitely just have oil anyway. The oils I use to cook my food with are usually avocado oil or olive oil. So if you're using any like seed oils, just avoid those, or like butters. Some of these butters like have a lot of like margarine in them, and they're not actually butter. Butter is good for you, but like if you're most likely your butter has like sunflower oil or seed oils in it, and they're high in salts. So maybe just avoid like just those common butters, and just stick to like avocado oil and olive oil. Try it for 1 week, try it for a month, and just watch how like your skin looks better, you start to radiate, you have more energy, and it will change your life, definitely. And finally, if you are lacking fiber and probiotics, so that's why I always recommend people to have like Greek yogurt, because it actually has live bacteria which are good for your gut health, and also fibers from fruits and vegetables which are good for you as well. So this actually stops you from having all these gut issues and all this digestion issues. And sometimes overeating these as well can cause this as well. So just try to have a limited portion every single day, and definitely this will help you to avoid all these digestion issues, which I used to actually have a lot of these issues as well. And finally, number 7, I think, is the most important. Do not overcomplicate your diet, because this will make it harder for you to stick to something. When you overcomplicate things, you put too many seasons, you want to put every vegetable, you want to chop onions, you want garlic in it, you want ginger, you want every single thing like in your food, then it just makes it a little bit harder for you, because then you've got to think like, oh, it took me 2 hours to make this meal yesterday. A lot of my clients say this as well, where they want to overcomplicate their meals, or maybe their meals don't taste as nice if they don't overcomplicate it. Well, you're just doing yourself a disservice, because you're not going to stick to these meals, and this is going to ruin your consistency and also your discipline. So I would highly advocate to reduce the complication of your diets, and forget about like fancy meals, adding supplements, or going on like some extreme diets. Stick to what you feel is comfortable, but also like the right foods as well, which is very important. Just always remember that if you keep constantly switching diets instead of sticking to the basics, this will affect your muscle diet journey. And that's as simple as that. You can say whatever you want. Oh, but I can't just eat the same thing every day. I need to switch it up. That's absolutely fine. You can do what you want, but if you're not seeing gains, then you know the reason why, because I'm literally telling you right now. And finally, your meals do not need to be perfect, so stop trying to make like the perfect meal. Sometimes your meals will be like browner than usual. Sometimes, you're not going to get like the perfect consistency. Just keep staying at it, and eventually you'll get better. But don't ever expect your meals to be perfect, or like just never, this idea of perfectionism. Like, some people do struggle with this. Sometimes I like my meals to come out like the way I want it to come out, or taste the way I want it to taste, but this will not happen. Just try to be consistent with the good habits, and you will definitely see results. So definitely go do this now, and I'll see you later.